Family, we listening to the
On
young
count
thug
one,
verdict.
the court sentence is 20 years to serve 5 years, commuted to time served, the balance of 15 years to be probated, and a $25,000 fine. On count two, the sentence is 5 years to serve, commuted to time served. That's the minimum sentence that's permitted on that count. It is required to be run consecutively.
So
I'm going to run it consecutive to count one, but I am going to backload. Oh, I'm sorry, that is not commuted. That is 5 years to serve, and it's going to be run consecutively to count one, backloaded, by which I mean after you serve your 15 years of probation, if you have been successful on that probation, and I sincerely hope that you are, then at the end of that 15 years, I will commute the entire rest of any service portion of your sentence to time served. So I'll get to the end of it and give you the total sentence, but I'm also going to impose a $15,000 fine with regard to that count. Count 57,
Sounds like Doug is
20
going
years
home,
to
family.
serve 5, commuted to time served, the balance of 15 years probated, concurrent with count 1.
15-year probation is pretty long, but I think he can make it
10
through.
years to serve 5, commuted to time served, balance probated, concurrent with count 1. 59, 5 years to serve, commuted to time served, concurrent with count 1. 60, 5 years to serve,
news,
commuted to time served,
I am
concurrent with
glad
count
to hear
1.
this today.
Count
Honestly.
61, 5 years to serve, that is required to be also a consecutive sentence, so that's going to be run consecutively to count 56
Fair
and
use.
backloaded. Count 62, 10 years to serve, also required to be served consecutively, that's going to be consecutive to count 61, also backloaded. So essentially, the total sentence is 40 years to serve the first 5 years in prison, but commuted to the time that you have already served, followed by 15 years on probation, followed then by the backloaded 20 years, which can be served in custody and will be served in custody if you are not successful on your probation. If you are successful in completing your 15 years probation, that will be commuted to time served.
So effectively,
you are
they
to
are dangling
remain on reporting
40
status for the
years over
first
his
half
head.
of your probation, active reporting for the first 7.5 years of your probation, and that is
But
pursuant
he's
to
going home. It seems like he'll be free from this ordeal.
17-10-1, subsection 2, I'm sorry, A.
Sentenced to time
2A.
served.
And Mr. Steele and Mr.
Seems
Adams,
like a good outcome,
in
in
order
my opinion.
to keep him on reporting status, there needs to be good cause shown. We all concede that good cause is shown here. All right, I appreciate that. Special conditions of your probation. Sure.
That's still a pretty
Right.
large amount of time that he is being sentenced to, even though he's not going to actually serve it. If he's successful in his 15-year probation.
After 48 hours from your release, you are to stay away from the metro Atlanta area, and that's defined by the U.S. Census Bureau. It may change, but you can look that up anytime to figure out what that is. For the first 10 years of your probation, subject to the following exceptions, you are permitted to be in the metro Atlanta area to attend any wedding, funeral, or graduation from high school, college, or graduate school of any of your immediate family members. And immediate family members is defined the same way that you all were.
So they're giving him some conditions. He's going to have to stay away from Atlanta.
You can get here up to 24
I'm not
hours
surprised
prior
since
to
it was
any
like
such event,
a Rico situation.
within 48 hours
So if he was
after
being
any such
perceived
event.
as some kind of gang leader,
In addition,
I would take that and run with it.
each year of your
Move to
probation,
Alabama, you know,
I'm going to require that you
just to
come
stay
the
out of
metro
these people
Atlanta
and their
area and make a live anti-gang
clutches, you know.
and anti-gun violence presentation 4 times a year.
He can get
Each year of
security,
your
he doesn't have to carry a gun.
At a grade school, a middle
But he just
school,
can't be
a
around
boys
the
or
guns.
girls club, anything like that, that type of group. And if you want to, that presentation can include a benefit concert, and these presentations may count towards your required community service hours, which I'm going to impose, that during each year of your probation you perform 100 hours of community service. You are, and this is required by the fact that there's a gang conviction. You shall not knowingly have contact of any kind or character
Family, if
with
you're
any other
tuning
member
in
or
to
associate
this,
of any criminal street gang.
Young Thug is coming home.
Exception to that,
He has a
your brother
considerable
is
amount of
a
time
member of any
commuted,
street gang. I hope you talk
but
into getting out of it.
I don't believe this is a victory
His career, and then also
in terms of him actually being found guilty. You know, he had to take the plea deal.
That is going to include anybody who is named in this indictment.
I still think
Except as
it's unjust that he found himself with effectively 40 years of a sentence for simply being a rap mogul. This is America, family.
Exception for Mr. Kitchens. In the event that that part is not enforceable because it is only a portion of a special condition, I'm going to provide that deseverable from the rest of this, and I'll put some case sites in the Senate sheet for that. You are in no way to promote any criminal street gang or any criminal street gang activity, including on any social media platform. You are not to utilize any hand signs, terminology, or language that promotes any criminal street gang. You are not to participate in any criminal street gang activity.
You're listening to the public lynching of Young Thug. The criminal injustice system has struck again. They are basically making Thug like a toothless tiger at this point. They don't want him to be able to even express himself in the way that he would normally express himself. So this is a pretty far-reaching set of parameters. You know, his record label is YSL. Does he have to change the name to another name? You know, but family, Young Thug is about to walk out of prison. We're listening to some of the live video. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below about all these dynamics. One love.